Hello everyone, it's Lynette with Grammy Crochet. Today is Friday. I think it's the 23rd. Could be wrong. Of April. That's right, 2021. And this will be, I believe, Charm Chatter number 191. So welcome to the dining room today. I'm not in the yarn room because I just got back from shopping with Chloe. And I wanted to get a video up really quick before we get to the camper because uploading from the camper takes forever. It's on data only. There's no Wi-Fi, you know. So, and it's out in the boonies. So there's not great, it'll be a long, it would be a long time. So I want to get this out really fast before we head out to the camper. But I just wanted to show you what I'm going to take to the camper to work on. If it's nice out, I won't get much accomplished. If it's yucky out, I will get more accomplished. So my current, I started, so my current whips are, I did start Pamela's Adoring Crochet's newest pattern. She wanted me to test, and I'll give you a sneak preview. I have the hat done. Isn't it adorable? Hers is in different colors, but this is what I have to work with. I am working with these. This is, I think, Mainstay. These are for Avery. Avery loves this pink. This one is, I used this. This is scrap. This is that Sayal yarn. It was part of my April for one of my crochet logs. The Mile a Minute. And I'm starting the top to go with the hat. So I have the first row, and that's as far as I got, and I fell asleep. Sorry, I wasn't feeling well. And then this is scrap left over from I love this cotton. I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. I don't remember what it's left over from. It might be left over from the Mile a Minute. I'm not sure. I don't remember. And I don't remember what this is from either, but they're just scrap. And so keeping that in mind, that scrap yarns are really good for doll clothes because you just use a teeny. It's a small thing. So these are for 18-inch dolls. It doesn't take much yarn. I'm hoping that these yarns are enough for the pattern because this pattern has a hat, a poncho, a top, a skirt, and some boots, which all coordinate together and just adorable. And it might have a purse. I can't remember. And she does a fabulous job with her patterns. So I'm going to make as much of it as I can in these yarns. I think I can do it all. If I run short, I'm going to make the boots last, and I'll make them like brown or black or white or whatever, tan, like they don't have to be the same color as the outfit, I think. So that's my plan. But I'm also planning that this is enough yarn for that. So that is the first thing that's going to the camper because Pamela gave me this pattern right at the same time as I got the traveling hook, and I needed to get that. I have like a 2-week period on that, so I had to get the traveling hook done first. Sorry, Pamela, but I hope you understand. And I will link Pamela's Adoring Crochet in the description box below. But still speaking on the patterns, I'm like so excited to make patterns for Avery for her dolls because she really does love getting them. And isn't that, the best part of crocheting is giving gifts to people that they really love. So, and like Chloe and Amanda are really good about that. They just, make for me, and they're all happy about that. But not everyone that is in, not everyone is thrilled about yarn. But it's nice to crochet for someone besides Chloe and Amanda, who I do enjoy crocheting for, that enjoy getting the gifts, and most people do. And then, I make things and I'm like wearing a shawlette and somebody's, oh my God, that's so beautiful, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, here, you can have it. I can make another one, which of course I never do. which is kind of depressing as far as that goes. But, oh, and speaking of wearing, well, I'll get to this. This is, I believe this is a pattern by Darla from the Crafty Yarn Owl. And she did some tops last summer. And I believe this is her pattern. And this is the Comfy Cotton, no, Cotton Cakes. This is Cotton Cakes yarn, which I really do love working with. So I will link Darla's pattern. And if this isn't Darla's pattern, when I find the patterns, I will link whosever pattern it is, and I apologize. But I'll link Darla's too, since I talked about hers. So I just saw that I was wearing this, and I thought, oh, I better talk about this. But it really shouldn't go with a long sleeve t-shirt, but it's chilly, and I wanted to wear it because it does get warm to wear this. We used to have around here, and this isn't a weather channel, but for years and years, we had 4 set seasons in this part of the country. The longest being winter, but then, and the shortest being probably spring. But there was like definite, it's 0 temperatures, and then it's in the 40s to 60s temperatures for a time where you would have like clothes for that temperature, and then it's hot, and then it goes back to the 40s, 60s, but it's cool. And of course, spring you wear different colors than you wear in fall, so you have like 4 seasons of worth of clothes. And I don't know, the last few years, the spring and fall have been almost non-existent. It goes from like, oh, it's 30 degrees and below to it's 70 degrees with maybe 2 days of in between. So this is when it's 70, I could probably wear this with just a tank underneath or a cami or something. But when it's warmer than that, it's too hot, because then you got the layers and that's too much. And because it's short sleeve, I don't wear it when it's really cold out, because I want warmer all the way around, So there's that. And that was just a rabbit hole, but I didn't want to forget to talk about it. So the second thing, as far as the doll clothes go, well, let's go back to that. Everybody has these bonbons that they bought. I know I bought them for like $1, and I thought, oh, these would be so cute. And look, they show like you make this little kid's sweater out of it. These are Lion Brand Aunt Havana's palettes, and I really don't know what the purpose was, but each little tiny skein is 17 yards. So I think I have 2 of each color packet that they had when they were on sale for like $1. They also show like they're made a poncho out of it. Probably did 1 skein of each color around, and then, solid color here. Here's a scarf using it. So they do have different things, but I think I have 2 of each colorway. I was going to make willow squares out of it, so I got into this colorway. It didn't work out well for willow squares. I found that it didn't go very far. The willow square takes more yarn. So that didn't work out well for me, and I wasn't thrilled with it. But I'm going to try doll clothes. I'm thinking, like, I want to do, Pamela has a really great tutorial for jeans. And there's some blues in some of these, so I thought, oh, I could do. And since I have 2 of each, if one is too much or isn't enough, I do have 2 of each color. So maybe I could do some. There's one with blue, there's some gray in this one. I don't know if there's a real blue jeanish color, but then there's some that maybe I could make little tops out of. These browns could be good for shoes and boots. So that's my plan. What do you guys think? 17 yards. I don't know how far that'll go, but we're gonna give it a shot. With just not the frilly stuff like that. I know that wouldn't be enough, but cross your fingers that one of these will make, or at least 2 will make a pair of jeans or a little doll top. They're only so big. So I have this whole bin of those, and then there's in here is also some that eyelash kind of yarn. Which I did make a poncho for her dolls one time, and I put eyelash yarn around the outside edge, and I made a matching sweater or skirt or something to go with it. It was the first things at Christmas time I made for her because I knew she was getting the dolls. And she thought that was the best thing since sliced bread to have the little eyelash around the edge of that stuff. So that's why they're in the same basket, because we're going to maybe add some eyelash to that here and there. So then the next thing that I'm taking to the campground that I probably will not touch at all, but I'm taking it just in case we have like a major flood or something and I'm stuck inside for the whole time, because I'm not going out if the weather's yucky. I'm nice and warm in my camper and I don't want to be wet and cold. It's supposed to rain tonight, so I don't know if we'll be doing campfires or what, or maybe tomorrow night, I don't know. And I don't cook when I'm there. That's my husband. He does all the outside cooking. He does a lot of the inside cooking when we're at home too. No, not so much inside, but Instapot. So yeah, he's learning to cook because I'm tired of cooking. So that gives me more time to crochet. But so for next month for the crochet calendar is a blanket, and I think I showed you this, guys. It's Grammy Squares, and you use I think 3 or 4 different colors. I decided that I am going to use, I have these one-off Caron cakes. I have one of this color, which is called Funfetti. I have, and it's a 4-weight. And I have one of these Bernat Pops, also a 4-weight. It's getting messy. And this color is called Snow Queen. Oh, this is a better look. It's purple and white and blue and pink. And this has got purples and pinks and orange and yellow. And then I have this Bernat Pop, which I only have also one of. And it's called Blue Blaze. So I'm going to take and make the insides. I'm just going to go right through. I think I'm going to start with this color. I have to make 54 squares, and I'm just going to go round for round and let the colors go as they go. And then that's what I'm going to do until I get 54 squares. If 54 squares centers come out of this, then I'm done. If not, or I might, if it works out well, then maybe I'll do 2, because I don't know if they're taking blankets yet. I haven't gotten the total word, but I know I'm going to screw up the name. I'm so bad at names. I believe it's called Solar Express, not Polar or Snowball Express. Snowball Express, maybe. Jaxie, you're going to have to help me out. There is another crocheter, and I'm talking to Jaxie from Jaxie's Crochet Creations, I think. Isn't that your name? And there's it's Crochet O'Clock lady, Stephanie. I think she's a big supporter of this project. They didn't collect last year because of COVID, and we're not sure if they're doing it this year, so I'm getting prepared, because this is what I want to do these blankets for. 1 or however far the yarn goes. And it's that you donate a blanket to children of fallen soldiers. And they do a Disney trip, and they give out a crocheted or knitted blanket. The only thing about the blankets is you cannot do them in red, white, and blue. They don't want it to look like the American flag, because they do get something that's American flag themselves from the foundation that does this. And I'm not real versed on it, and I will get more information if it's something that's happening this year. But either way, I want to make this blanket, and that's where it's going to go this year or next year or whenever they start. That's what I'm making it for. And I'm going to join it with white. So this is Mainstay. That big Mainstay I just bought the other day, it's in this bag. So we'll see how far they go. If they go for 2 blankets, if they go for 3 blankets, if they go for 1 blanket, that's what's going to happen. And if I have to store the blanket till next year, then that's what's going to happen. I think it's a great cause. And I will get more information to you as I find out more information. But if you have blankets, and I will even, I don't even remember what size the blankets are supposed to be. Again, as I said, it's just new to me, and I've not done it before, but I'm going to do it this year. You know, like I said, if I have to hold on to anything that I make until they can give it away next year or whatever, I hope that I can do it this year. And since I love to make granny squares, it's perfect for me. Or just squares. No, they don't have to be granny squares, but I do love to make squares. And I thought those yarns I could mix and match. I just do the centers and then crochet them together after I have an idea how big the blanket needs to be, how many squares or centers I get out of one skein of yarn. And I think it'll be fun. And I think it's going to be a good way to use the one-off balls of those yarns that I have. So that's project number 2 that I'm taking. May or may not start because I do want to get the doll dress done first. And then I'm also taking my I'm taking this because I'm going to crochet out in the car on the way there and back because I already know the pattern. And this is the project that I made with the traveling hook. And I said it's not big enough to go around me the way I want it to go around me. And I had several wonderful suggestions of what to do. And I liked them all. So one of the suggestions, and I have the rest of this cake, and I have 2 more cakes of this. So I think I'm going to kind of incorporate both of my favorite suggestions. So one was, I still didn't put a doggone stopper in here. And they're all over there. So anyway, as you may recall, it is not wide enough unless I wear it like a collar. So there's one suggestion is, one suggestion was, and I totally love this idea, crochet it longer and then fold this over as a collar. And then the wider part of the shawl goes around the wider part of me, and everything is wonderful. And I like that idea so much, not because I want the collar, but because if I crochet it bigger, then I can, if I want, wear it a little hoodish. Not that I really want a hood, but in Mexico I won't need the hood for warmth, but it can help to keep the sun off of my face, which I will need. So for Mexico, it'll be, if I can make it long enough. And as you can see, I have not crocheted an end. So don't mind the string hanging in my face. But if I wore it pulled up and then still had it long enough to cover me, which was the whole point, is that I want it to be able to cover me in the sun, which I know it's not UV protected and all that stuff, but it's better than nothing. And if I'm on the beach and it gets wet, it's cotton, it's fine. It can just dry, and it's cotton and acrylic, I think. So it'll be durable on the beach, and if I made it longer, and then if I don't want it on my face or it gets too hot, then it can be a nice little collar, and that's awesome as well. So I like that idea, and I also like the idea of crocheting just on this side. Once I get it to a length that I want, we'll see how much I need, but probably may not even need to do it at all, because see, it's coming in really good. And I might, no matter what, do at least one row because it wants to roll in, and I'm hoping that if I do the second suggestion, it'll keep the rolling from happening. But the second suggestion is this side, so it would be the one long side, not the 2 pointy down 2 sides. take and crochet up the side of it with the pattern. Just follow the pattern. So the pattern has 2 rows of single crochet and 1 row of double treble crochet. So you start with 1 row of single crochet, then the double crochet, then the next row of single crochet, which then puts 2 rows of single crochet together. But start with the first row of single crochet, do that. So just follow the pattern up until you get to like around here, and then go like double crochet, half double crochet, single, and just end up with single crochet around this part so that it's not so thick. But really, if I'm going to wear it as a hood, it's all right, at least for 1 row, to do it big. So just follow the pattern sideways and give it a border on this edge, which I think will be really nice because I'm hoping that it'll keep it from rolling. And I know I can block it, and that would be great, until I get it wet, and then it's going to want to roll again. So I really love the idea of using the same pattern and going the second, just doing a row around this edge. It will give me more space this way, even if I want to wear it down and longer. It'll give me more coverage here without stretching it. And so it's beneficial both directions. So I really like that. And as I said, I do have 2 more cakes of this. So there's plenty of yarn to do everything that I want to do. So I am going to add, I don't know how many more rows to it. But if I have it up as a hood, it's not as long as I want it to be down my back. So when it gets to that point, then I'm going to do at least 1 row of the sideways. And I think that'll be really awesome. And I am thrilled to death with the ideas. It was so helpful. But like this, it fits this way already, but now it's not as long as I want it to be. So, and it's really hot with all this other yarn on. So I am going to take this. I will work on this on the drive because I do know this pattern. I don't need to look at a pattern. I don't need to look at a YouTube tutorial. Nothing like that, which is what I need to do with the other patterns that I have, is to read the other things. I do have to finish Amanda's patriotic whatever cover up. But I need to follow the tutorial for that too, so I don't want to do that while I'm driving. Well, while I'm in the car, I won't be driving. I don't do the driving. Roy does the driving. We always take his car because it holds more stuff, and it's nicer by a lot than my car. So we take his car everywhere we go as a general rule, and there's lots of crochet space in there. Crochet bags, crochet on my lap. And so this will be my crochet in the car on the way there and home project probably. And the doll clothes on the way there. I'm not taking the basket of doll stuff, of the bonbons. I'm just taking the little outfit that I'm working on right now, but I am going to take the granny squares. If I get done with the doll clothes, then I'm going to start the granny squares, and this will just be the crochet in the car project. There's nothing wrong with that. I like crochet in the car. Put that in there. And then these will go on top because these are the projects that I'll be working on. And that's my plan for the weekend. I don't know, as I said, how much of that plan is going to happen. Hopefully all of it. Cross your fingers. But if that means that I got a lot of crocheting done, that means that a lot of the camper time was spent inside the camper and not out having fun. I mean, not that crocheting isn't fun. Don't get me wrong. I am a crochet addict. I do love to crochet. And I do, at the camper, I crochet sitting outside, everybody knows I'm the crochet lady, whatever. I don't care. I enjoy it. And that's what it's all about, right? So that's it for my video today. I chattered a lot longer than I anticipated. Sorry, guys. I got to get this up before it's time to leave. And he's going to be home any minute. So wish me luck getting it done. Have a totally awesome day. Have a totally awesome weekend. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing, watching, commenting, and all that stuff. See ya. Bye.